Alright, so if you don't already know, Sonic fans bullied Jeff Keighley because they didn't see Sonic Frontiers at the Summer Game Fest big kickoff event. And then Jeff had to go on Twitter and defend himself and say, yes, Frontiers is going to be at Summer Game Fest, just because he wasn't at the big kickoff doesn't mean he won't be there. And people were still mad, and then we found out that there was going to be a Sonic Frontiers booth at Summer Game Fest in person, physically, where you could play a demo of the game. So Jeff didn't lie. Now, I didn't make this video to say that Jeff is right, because, you know, who gives a fuck. But what we have to talk about is what we have seen at the demo, as well as the first critic at the booth to play the demo and give their thoughts online. So we're gonna get into all of this right now. But if you're subscribed to the channel already, please make sure to subscribe. We are trying to hit 100,000 subscribers and hopefully 7,000 subscribers before Sonic Frontiers comes out. So before we get into the footage that we see, we need to discuss something. It says here, sounds like the Frontiers demo at the Summer Games Fest thing is both NDA'd and only by appointment. So don't go around begging people there to play it and talk about it, because they probably can't. Which basically means all of what we're about to see is leaks. People that have recorded footage who weren't supposed to be recording footage. He also says if it's locked down even at a media event, I dropped those hopes from the absurdly early demo. Which means we're probably not going to see a demo anytime soon, maybe later, close to release. But right now, they're definitely on that hide your kids, hide your wife type shit. Funnily enough, there were people who were just recording the whole section of booths, and when they got to the Frontier section, they told him to lock off the camera, like, no, we ain't showing that shit.
Oh, Cuphead, new DLC. Oh, sorry. And that's about it.
Apparently it's just Frontiers doing this. I don't know why their secret marketing is so like appealing to them, but anyway, people zoomed into these guys' regular tour video just so they could see the Sonic in nice blurry fashion. So I'm gonna play that clip here. And I believe that footage is showing the open one. I don't think this one is Cyberspace, but we have got a Cyberspace one later on. But people are saying that the spin dash might be in this one, and I can kind of see it. But again, this is blurry footage, so we can't deduce anything too conclusive yet. People have screenshotted into the shit, and they've seen like a speedometer on the HUD. And we can see, if you look really closely, the top left, the elements of the HUD. Like, you got like, I think 4 lines of HUD elements. 1 bigger one and then 3 smaller ones. And then you got some stuff at the bottom in the shape of like directions. So maybe that's like D-pad abilities or something like that. And you got some text at the top, which if I was to guess, it'd probably be like the active mission or the subtitles or some shit like that. So there's a lot going on in the HUD. But now let's get into Cyberspace. We've got 3 seconds of a level that I'm showing on screen now, and there's been debates on Twitter whether it is Sky Sanctuary or not. Now, Zippo said that there were going to be levels like Sky Sanctuary in the game. He even went as far as to say that all the Cyberspace levels that are featured in Frontiers are from Generations. No new level tropes. And I mean, Zippo's had a pretty decent track record so far. Not perfect, but I mean, the idea of Sonic Team reusing stuff from Generations doesn't surprise me. And if it looks like a Duck and Quacks, I mean, this is very disappointing in my opinion, because like, let's face it, they're not going to surpass the level design of Sonic Generations. So at this point, it just feels like we're going to get the same level tropes as Gens for the Cyberspace, but with inferior level design and inferior control, right? I'm going to be playing Sky Sanctuary and Frontiers thinking there's a better one in a game from over 10 years ago. I don't think that's right. At least if there were original wacky environments, then it's like, well, you can't get the same level design quality as Gens, but at least this environment is fresh on its own. It gives me a reason to play it, I guess. I mean, that's like the one reason why I'd play Colors from time to time, I guess, to see the environments, not for the level design. And I guess for the music, but again, if Frontiers is using Generations levels, it's going to be Generations kind of music, probably remixed, but still the same melodies. Although, to be fair, I mean, Frontiers is built upon Forces, and Forces reused assets from Generations and levels from Generations, and still had original music. I mean, Lost Valley had that beautiful music that we all love so much. We also get a brief look at a cutscene, and we can see Sonic in there, and people are debating whether this is long quill Sonic or short quill Sonic. And even from this distance, Sonic looks surprisingly good in the cutscene here. I don't know. Maybe the blur is clouding my judgment. I don't know, but he looks fine here. And then we apparently got another clip where Sonic is using some kind of special ability. I don't really know what the ability is, but this looks like something from the open world. So yeah, I mean, this is all blurry ass footage because the people who are actually recording the footage aren't allowed to actually record shit. So people are sneaking in little shots and posting them online. Until Sega allows them to actually show some footage, or until Sega shows the footage themselves, we're not gonna see shit. But someone at the event who was able to play the game has given some brief thoughts on the game, and they said, update, I got to play Sonic Frontiers. I'll talk about it in detail during X-Play next week, but I was impressed. Controls felt crisp and I wasn't expecting that. And they say next week, so I'm guessing that's when they're allowed to talk about it. Now, this tweet has led Sonic fans to go around saying that the game is gonna be perfect, and I mean, look, I'm not gonna tell people to not like Frontiers. I would never do that, right? But just because some critics like the way the game controls doesn't necessarily mean that the game is gonna be amazing. Now, again, I don't know how the game is going to score. I can't deduce how it's going to score amongst critics and even the general population. I can only deduce what I like, right? From what I've seen, the potential is there in terms of like what they were going for, but then it seems like they missed the mark on some core things. You know, first of all, it was the physics that I noticed and the lack of momentum, and then it was the automation, and now they're reusing assets from Generations. Apparently all the Cyberspace levels are from Generations, if it's supposed to be believed, and I think that's a big issue for you to still be using Generations assets. Maybe reworked for Hedgehog Engine 2, but still Generations assets again, which already itself wasn't brand new. They were based on older games. It's not like you reuse some obscure ass level from like Sonic Advance 3 or some shit like that. It's Generations again. Like, again, when I think of what Sonic is known for, I think of the momentum and physics, I think of the attitude of Sonic, I think of the crazy level design, I think of the wacky environments that you didn't see in other franchises, and then I also think of like high quality music, right? I don't know what we can expect from music in Frontiers. A lot of the leaks said that the Cyberspace music went hard because those are the traditional Sonic levels, so I'm guessing the open world music's gonna be all that piano shit, but at least the Cyberspace levels will have banging music. In terms of the attitude of Sonic, I mean, I guess Ian Flynn will be doing that, so that part will be good. But in terms of those wacky environments and that feel, I'm not sold on that yet, but who knows? It could be like a Sonic 4 situation, right? Where like the critics love it and they don't care about the physics. I mean, when Sonic 4 came out, critics ate that shit up. I guess they were desperate for another game like that. Maybe the fact that it's open world Sonic and it's not hard is enough to win over the critics. Maybe fans will like it too because it's like Forces but better. I mean, no classic Sonic, right? No Avatar, right? And who knows? Maybe I'll be the odd one out. Maybe it'll be like Colors and it'll be critically acclaimed and fans will love it, and I'll just be the guy who doesn't like it. That could happen. I mean, there were more than a few guys who didn't like Colors, but obviously the general consensus in the community in 2010 was praise Colors, right? So it could be a situation like that, and if that's the case, then they're gonna be like, oh, they loved it, let's do the exact same thing again. And then again, people love Generations, and they didn't do the exact same thing again after that. They made Lost World, so you can't really predict the Sonic team. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. We've gotten footage of Sonic Frontiers from the demo booth at Summer Game Fest, and we've gotten an opinion from a critic. I'm sure we'll hear more over the coming days, and definitely more next week. Are you guys more or less hyped for the game based on the little footage and impressions we've seen? And of course, a huge shout out to all my channel members. If you want to become a channel member, you can click the join button next to the subscribe button. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Make sure to check out the nuns on the channel. The link will be in the description. But that's all I have to say right now. So, Premy out.